There's a strange quiet that settles in after everything is done, after the messages are sent, after the listening, after the long pauses where you held someone else together. It's not relief, it's not peace, it's a hollow space, like a room that was full all day and is suddenly empty. The air feels thinner, your body notices before your mind does. You sit still, but something inside keeps leaning forward, as if it forgot how to come back. Most people don't see that part. They see the help, the kindness, the effort. They don't see what happens after the door closes, because the emptiness doesn't arrive loudly. It doesn't announce itself. It just shows up as a low weight in the chest, as tired eyes that don't feel like they belong to today. You might try to distract yourself, scroll, clean, stay busy, but the quiet follows. There's a moment where you wonder why helping never feels finished, why it doesn't land the way you expect, why something feels taken, even when nothing was asked for in return. But that's not the part most people notice. What they notice is how capable you seem, how steady you look when others fall apart, how you know what to say. They don't see the cost. There's something queer happening underneath, something that builds slowly, almost politely. It starts as attentiveness. You notice small changes in tone, longer pauses, a sadness someone hasn't named yet. You lean in before anyone asks. It feels natural, automatic. At first it even feels grounding, like this is where you belong. But somewhere along the way, your own edges blur. Your breath adjusts to someone else's rhythm. Your thoughts orbit their needs, and you don't stop to check what's happening inside you. Not because you don't care, because you care too much. That's where it starts to change. The emptiness doesn't come from giving. Not exactly. It comes from staying, from holding the weight longer than your body knows how to carry. You might tell yourself it's fine, that you can handle it, that this is just how you are. But the body keeps a quieter record. It remembers every time you swallowed a feeling to keep the space calm. Every time you stayed present while something in you wanted to step back. That record shows up later when there's nothing left to respond to, no one needing anything, just you and the silence. And suddenly there's nothing there, or at least it feels that way. You might think the emptiness means you didn't do enough, or that you should have paced yourself better, or that something is wrong with you for feeling this way at all. But that explanation never quite fits, because the emptiness doesn't feel like failure. It feels like absence, as if something essential stepped out quietly while you were focused elsewhere. There's a subtle grief in that realization. Even if you can't name what's missing, you may notice it most when you're alone. Late at night, early in the morning, moments with no performance required. That's when the fatigue becomes emotional, not physical. A heaviness that doesn't lift with rest. You start to feel distant from yourself, like you've been living slightly off-center. People might say you're strong, they might say you're generous, but those words don't reach the place that feels empty, because that place isn't asking for praise, it's asking for recognition, and still, you don't look directly at it. Not yet. There's something in you that believes noticing it would be selfish, or unnecessary, or dangerous. So you keep helping, you keep showing up. And each time the emptiness grows a little quieter, a little deeper, until one day, after doing exactly what you've always done, you feel nothing. No warmth, no satisfaction, just a blankness where something used to be. That moment can feel unsettling, almost alarming, because helping was never supposed to lead here. But that's not the part most people talk about. They talk about burnout, they talk about boundaries. Those words hover close, but don't quite touch the truth. Because what's happening isn't just exhaustion, it's something more personal. Something that began long before the helping ever did. And this is where the understanding starts to surface slowly, reluctantly. The emptiness isn't coming from what you gave away. It's coming from what was never invited to stay. For a long time, your attention learned to move outward, to tune into others, to sense shifts before they were spoken. That skill didn't appear randomly. It formed in spaces where being aware kept things steady, where noticing moods mattered, where staying attuned felt safer than being fully present with yourself. Over time, your inner world learned to wait, to quiet itself, to become background noise. Helping became a way of staying connected, of staying useful, of staying needed. And when you help, that pattern activates. You feel anchored because there's a role to play. But when the role ends, there's no immediate place to return to. That's the emptiness, not a lack of care, not a lack of purpose, a lack of contact with yourself. You weren't abandoning yourself on purpose. You were doing what once worked, but the cost was subtle and it accumulated. Every time you set your inner signals aside, even briefly, the distance grew. Not enough to notice right away, just enough to feel later. So when the helping stops, the silence feels unfamiliar, almost foreign. You don't hear your own voice clearly. You don't feel your own weight. It's like walking into a room you haven't been in for years. The emptiness isn't punishment. It's information. It's showing you where your attention has been living. And that realization can land softly, or it can feel heavy, because it asks a quiet question. Where do you go when no one needs you? There's no answer required right away, just the noticing, just the awareness that the emptiness isn't a flaw. It's a signal that something essential has been waiting patiently, waiting to be felt without being useful, waiting to exist without being needed. That can feel uncomfortable at first, even lonely. But there's honesty in it. As the pace slows, the emptiness changes shape. It becomes less hollow, more spacious, not filled, just present. And in that space, there's a chance to feel yourself again. Not all at once, not dramatically, in small, quiet ways. A breath that belongs to you. A feeling that doesn't need an audience. Nothing to fix, nothing to offer. Just a subtle return. And even that doesn't need to be named. It's enough to know the emptiness was never proof that something was wrong with you. It was proof that something important was still there, waiting to be met.